How's it going, everybody? My name is Astro Panda. I hope you guys are doing well, and I just wanted to give a quick little update on something super cool that is going to be coming in the next patch 3.18. CIG is now releasing quite a few ships that were not previously available for purchase in in-game shops, but with the new update, they finally will be. I'm going to be showing off each ship being added, where they could be purchased, and for how much AUEC. Alright, so the first shop, Astro Armada, which can be located in ArcCorp in Area 18, has 3 new ships that can be purchased. The first ship is the Anvil Medical Pisces, the newest ship to the medical game loop, for 42,500 AUEC, which is slightly more expensive than the C8X Pisces at 406,000 AUEC, which is definitely not a bad deal. This ship is pretty worth it, and I think it's perfect for bunker missions and even a good daily driver. The second ship on the list is the Anvil FC7 Hornet Wildfire. It is selling for 2.2 million AUEC, and besides the red skin, it has a different loadout than the Super Hornet, which sells for 2.1. You're basically just buying a new skin, but still pretty cool. Next up, we have the Anvil Spartan, which is a troop transport ground vehicle that you can currently buy in the 318 PTU for 255,500 AUEC. I personally don't really see a use in most ground vehicles at the moment, but it is definitely cool to have it as an option to buy in game. Third on the list is another ground vehicle called the Greycat STV, or as we all like to call it, the Steve. This little buggy is probably the fastest ground vehicle currently in the game, and it's very cheap at a low price of 12,000 AUEC. Next up in new deal is the Avenger Titan Renegade, which could be purchased for 1,076,000 AUEC. It's not that different from the regular Titan, it just has a different weapon loadout and a special edition livery. It's not, in my opinion, it's not that much worth it. You could save up some AUEC for a different ship, or there's also a lot of different options out there. Next on the list is the Sabre Comet. It's basically the same as the Avenger Titan Renegade, where the Comet has a different skin and loadout, but the loadout on this one I think is pretty cool. This one could be purchased for 2.3 million AUEC, and it's awesome that you can now choose to buy the Sabre or the Sabre Comet in the in-game store. The standard Sabre is 2.1 million AUEC, so if you're looking for a Sabre, I would definitely say go for this one, as it's only 200,000 AUEC more expensive, and it kind of has a better looking skin. The Gladius Valiant is a light fighter that has a slightly better loadout than the standard Gladius. You can get the Valiant at 1.4 million AUEC, which is about 300,000 more expensive than the standard Gladius, and has the same skin. The Drake Cutter, a very nice and versatile starter ship released in last year's IAE, is now available for purchase for 627,500 AUEC. This ship is probably the best starter ship to get at the moment and can even be a neat little daily driver. I would definitely recommend this ship for anyone looking for a starter ship who does not have the game yet, or if you are looking for a nice little ship that can get you where you gotta be and has some storage. A ship that I am very excited for that also came out in last year's IAE is the Drake Corsair, which is a very useful multi-cruise ship which is being sold for 2.9 million AUEC. This definitely beats the price of the Constellation Andromeda, which is being sold for 3.5 million AUEC. I would just say go for the Corsair instead, as it is way cheaper, it's newer, and probably has the best pilot DPS in the game currently. My least favorite ship on this list is the Hull A. It's now being sold for 1.3 million AUEC, and I honestly have no opinions on this ship, and I personally don't like this ship. But if you like it, that's cool, and this is how much it's being sold for. Finally, the last ship being sold in New Deal is the heavy 2-seat fighter, the Scorpius. It's being sold for a whopping 2.8 million AUEC, which I think is definitely a little on the pricey side, as you could just get the Anvil Hurricane for a very low price of 1.2 million AUEC. The Scorpius is better looking and looks very nice, don't get me wrong, and both ships are good in their own way, but if you're on a budget, I would just say get the Hurricane instead. Well, those were the ships you can now buy in 3.18. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you guys out in the verse.